Welcome, manifestors, to Frequency Friday. Okay, so today I'm going to try to make this quick but to the point. Frequency flows very much like water, and it requires a path of least resistance, very much like water. Okay, so I'm going to compare frequencies with flow and funnels. Okay, so quickly, let's just quickly draw a funnel. Okay, so when you pour water into a funnel, all right, the amount that flows through is determined by the size of this hole. Okay, and if you block off that hole and stop the flow, this fills up and just overflows, and then nothing more can come in. Okay, it doesn't grow bigger. It just holds so much, and then it just overflows, and everything goes around it instead of through it, right? So if you open that and make it as big as possible and let the flow go through, then it doesn't overflow anymore, because as it goes through, it leaves space in here, which allows the water to enter and it just continues through. You see the cycle? Get it? Okay. So with that in mind, this is the ground. And this is the human body, okay? Bear with me here. This is your chakras, your energy centers. That is, let's see here. This is the upside down funnel, okay? The energy is going through this way, and it releases out this way, okay? The volume is determined by the size of the hole, the vessel, the amount of space, the volume of space you have available to make that flow continue. All right? Now, as it flows, it creates that magnetic field. As energy flows through you, perpendicular to that flow makes a magnetic field, electromagnetic field is created. Okay? And what that magnet is attracting determines on what's following through it. So, and that is also the spot where your heart space translates the ground, which is 7.4 hertz. Okay? That translates with your thoughts what your speaker is going to output. Okay? You decide the translation of the energy. Very much like a speaker has a magnet on it, and the speaker outputs the sound. Can you see all that? Okay, outputs the sound. And the determination on the watts, like how many watt speaker is determined by that magnet. How big is that magnet? How much magnetic field can that magnet translate from the information that the positive, the wires connected to that magnet are putting? The bigger the magnet, the more power it can handle and output. All right? You're no different. Now, how? Here's the question a lot of people think, okay, if you attract what you're thinking about, and the more you put out, the more you get in, that's the funnel effect. If you block it, no more can come in. If you're wearing rubber shoes, disconnecting those connections, then this part doesn't work, right? So how do we make our magnet bigger so that the volume it can handle is more if we don't have more to put out to get the flow? Now, it works with everything that you're thinking about, but I'm going to use money as an example. I know a lot of people have issues with money. That's very common right now. So that's why I'm going to use money as an example. How do we give out larger energetic money so that we can allow a larger energy to come in and magnetize the financial magnet more? If we only have 10 cents to give, how are we going to make that flow, that magnet, bigger and increase the flow beyond the 10 cents? Because right now, you give 10 cents, you get 10 cents. See what I mean? So if we want this flow to be bigger, we need this flow to be bigger. But if we only have 10 cents in our pocket, there has to be a way to magnify, to make that bigger. And here's the key, folks. Love. Love expands every frequency, good or bad. Okay? Some people actually love to torment people, and that makes torment their biggest frequency. And I'm not saying love money, because again, it's not the object that you're loving. It's the frequency that you're trying to make grow bigger. So if you have 10 cents, let's just use a different color here so you can see it. If you only have 10 cents to give, but you're trying to utilize that giving to make this grow so that the incoming can be bigger. You add love to that frequency, so as a giving. So when you give that 10 cents to whoever, or for an example, when you pay that bill, okay, the bill may be $10, but when you give compassion and appreciation and love, as you give that bill, as you pay that $10, you are expanding that frequency to a larger than what it is. You are wrapping the frequency in love, effectively expanding it so that it's making this part of the funnel larger, which is allowing larger amounts of energy to flow, which makes your magnet bigger. See what I mean? which allows it, like a speaker, to handle more wattage, more power, and therefore be louder. Okay, so when you add love, it's like wrapping that frequency in more power, making the space it holds larger. So you may only be paying a $10 bill, but when you wrap that with gratitude, oh, I'm so happy that I have this phone now. Instead of saying, oh, I wish I didn't have to pay this bill, that's not wrapping it in love. Paying the bill and saying, thank you for your service, thank you for this phone or this electricity or this water or this whatever bill you're paying. Thank you for your service. Thank you for providing the opportunity for me to wrap this frequency in love to make it larger than what it actually is, which allows my funnel opening to be larger and attract and allow larger quantities of the same frequency to flow through. Understand that? I hope you got that. But that's how love and gratitude and joy in giving, it's forgiving. And in that love and forgiving, you make your electromagnetic larger so it can handle more incoming. And it will. It automatically fills the space. Frequency does it. It automatically fills the space. So if you make that space larger, it replaces that space with whatever you're putting out. So if you're putting out love, forgiving, you are receiving more love, forgiving. Okay? So a larger funnel, a larger amount of energy is able to pass through your experience. If you're, let's see here. You drop a drop of water into a calm pond. It ripples out from that in all directions. Can you see that? Yes. If there's a stone in that water, the ripples go around it. Okay? It doesn't go through it. But if that stone has a hole in it, opened up, then it will go through it. It'll flow right through it. Path of least resistance. So don't block your energy system. Don't block your chakras, or recognize when your chakras are blocked, because that's that stone that's making the frequency go around it. That's that funnel that is full because it's blocked off. Okay? Everything goes around it, misses altogether. It does. If that's blocked, there's nothing can go through. Right? Frequency funnel. That's what I like to call it. You are, I don't want too much stuff on here confusing you. You are a frequency funnel. You really are. You determine by your thoughts, you can't see it, by your thoughts and deciding what emotions, energy in motion, you're adding to your physical actions. So in this case, paying a $10 bill or paying a 10 cent something, paying something out financially. Okay? The emotion, the energy in motion that you add to the action determines, first off, what it is that the electromagnetic you're growing is attracting to it. And the emotion adds to the volume. It makes that action more valuable. It expands that action. That $10 can be expanded 10 times and in return attract to you $100. Do you see that? But if you're petty, if you're constricting, if you're like, oh, I don't want to give you this $10, it's my last $10. It may very well be your last $10. But if you're restricting the flow, cutting it off, resisting, then guess what? You've shrunk this. You still gave that same $10, but you attracted in return only $1 worth of energy, because you've restricted it. You held on so tight, you put a kink in the hose. You plugged up the funnel. Okay? So the idea is, when you're doing these actions that you have to do anyway, you still got to pay that bill. You still got to, we'll stick to the finances so that it's easier to comprehend. You still got to pay that bill. So if you do it with love and appreciation for all the things that bill is paying for, you expand the opening in that funnel and can multiply the amount that is able to come back into your life. All right? When you constrict it, when you hold on to it, when you don't like paying that bill, when you have all that negative energy that is constricting it, that's making your magnet smaller, that's making your magnet not able to handle the watts necessary to speak, to voice, to make your outgoing loud. Okay? So basically the gist of Frequency Friday is the frequency funnel, and the bigger you can make that opening with love and gratitude, the bigger volume that will come into your life for you to discern with and do what you want with. Okay? When you don't have love and gratitude, that funnel chokes off, your chakra system blocks, and that stops and restricts the incoming into your experience immensely. So, okay, so that's Frequency Friday for this Friday. I might not be able to upload this till Sunday, but regardless, it'll be in the playlist under Frequency Friday. And remember, what's your frequency funnel look like? Is it flowing and open and generating all the magnetic, electromagnetic field of all the things you want? Or is it constricted and blocked and hindered from functioning? That's up to you. And how do you know? Well, look around you. What's happening? Are good things happening and coming towards you? Or negative things happening? Because that answers your frequency flow. And if negative things are happening, doesn't mean that you're out of luck. That means that from this point on, whatever you're putting out, whether it's talking to a friend, whether it's paying a bill, whether it's interacting with your animals, whatever your actions are, your outgoing actions, make them good, wrap them in love and appreciation and gratitude, and that will expand the space that they occupy, so that when they're going through, that expansion allows the expansion of the incoming as well. So wrapping your outgoing with love and gratitude and appreciation is what makes this electromagnetic field bigger, stronger, more capable. It opens the funnel wider and allows a larger volume to come in and replace what you put out. So you can be literally replacing with more volume than what you're technically putting out, simply because what you've put out, you've expanded with love and gratitude to make it occupy more space as it flows out. All right, so there you go. There's Frequency Friday. Hope you enjoyed it, and come see me on Source Sunday. It's all new. You're gonna enjoy going down that rabbit hole. Have a great day, and we'll see you Sunday. Bye-bye.